We're at Finshade Woods, which is near Corby. So today I just thought, what I'd do is just go for a nice little walk around here. Now the weather's getting a bit drier, and do a little bit of exploring. So this place isn't actually a National Trust site. This one's a Forestry Commission, so no free parking for me today, but that's not a problem. It's a really nice place to visit, plenty of parking, and there's even a cafe to boot. There's plenty of trails that you can take, and there's also a, what's that thing called? That monster thing that's here. There's actually a Gruffalo trail here as well. So if you've got small kids, you can actually walk around a set trail, and there's actually some characters dotted around the place, which is quite cool. Last time I was visiting here, there was actually a big storm, and it was when I had my basic camera, so it was a little bit shaky and probably not the best picture, but there was loads of trees come down, and over the last few years obviously they spent a lot of time chopping back a lot of the trees and clearing the paths. So even recently when we've had bad storms, it doesn't look like there's been too much damage. Parking wasn't too bad either. It's about £3 for an hour, and in that hour you can get a lot done. It's also really good because Mrs. Outdoors decided to try and get into somebody else's car because she wasn't paying attention, thought it looked like my car, even though it's got a great big tent box on the roof and a little sticker of me on the side of it. She decided to just walk straight past and try and break into someone else's car, which is lovely. Don't worry, we did let her know. We didn't let her set the car alarm off, but like I said, we waved at you. It wasn't our fault you weren't looking. Anyway, the police didn't come. She's fine. But as I said, there's plenty of parking available up there. Just make sure you remember where you park your car and what car you come in. You're on bright red. Huh? We did try to stop you. We said, stop, that's not our car. What are you doing? You're going to make a fool out of yourself. And you just carried on strolling through. So it's still a little bit cold, a little bit wet, but there's actually quite a decent trail laid out for you. So depending on what trainers on today, which isn't too bad, but this place is really accessible as well. So you can actually bike ride here, and there's lots of paths already sort of pre-laid out with just stone, which are, as you can see, quite well maintained. A little bit uneven in some places, but there's plenty of loops you can choose from. But while we're out on this walk today as well, I was going to take the opportunity to talk a little bit about Tentbox safety. So the area I live in at the minute, there's been a big spate of people's property getting stolen. So things like motorhomes, cars, all that kind of thing. So things that people were working really hard to get, and then some little scumbags taking them away. And it got me thinking about how I protect my property and things like my tent box, which is a big investment, and obviously it's a big part of, you know, me being able to go and get outdoors and enjoy it. So hopefully these tips will just give you a little bit of peace of mind when you're trying to protect your tent box. So one of the first things I can recommend, and I did mention in another video previously, was put a shed alarm actually somewhere on the bottom of my tent box. So with the tent alarm activated underneath this, you anyone sort of tampering with it, you should get this kind of noise coming from it. Obviously that's quite loud. I'm doing it in the car park here and I'm getting a good few looks, but obviously if anyone's trying to take that, it's going to draw some attention and hopefully give you enough time to stop what's going on, or it should scare them off. It's just that little bit of deterrent, so if people do start tampering with it in the middle of the night, that is definitely going to wake everybody up in the area. Now Tentbox actually do sell these on their website as well, but I got my one, it was just I think I paid about £20 for mine through Amazon. If I can find a link for it, I'll leave that down below for you. But as I said, if you are buying a tent box through Tentbox itself, you can purchase one of those at a time. So another probably quite obvious tip is remove the ladder. Because the ladder's quick release, it's nice and easy just to pop off. So if you're not using it, take the ladder off, store it in your house or in a shed. At least that way, if they're trying to steal it, it's not actually the complete thing. The other thing you can do is actually insure the tent box itself. So there are options on the Tentbox website, and they have partnered up with a company where you can get your tent box insured through them. So if you've got home insurance, it might actually be worth speaking to them as well and finding out if you can actually get your tent box put onto your home insurance. For the sake of a quick phone call, it might save you some money. But like I said, Tentbox have partnered up with an insurance company, and they can obviously sort that out for you as well. So if the worst does happen, at least you're covered. So for me, it's been a bit of a crazy few months. One of the biggest things that makes me get outside is my mental health. This, for me, is medicine. I can't encourage enough people to get outside, especially if you're feeling a bit rubbish, a bit low. Get out, go for a walk. It really helps clear your head. Obviously, the biggest problem we've had, especially here in the UK recently, is it's just been non-stop raining. It's been raining, dark. That really doesn't help anyone, and it especially doesn't help your mood. A lot can be said for just getting out, going for a walk. Even if you just put your headphones on, listen to some music while you're doing it, it's a really, really good way just to kind of de-stress yourself. I think because I've not had the opportunity to do that over the last few weeks, it's had quite an impact on me. But getting out today and coming for a walk, I'm already starting to feel a lot better. Sorry? Yeah, I mean, you can tell I've not been out for a good few weeks. Coming up that hill, I'm bloody blowing. Just back there, it's actually the main road to Corby, and going the opposite way is towards Stamford. But there actually used to be a big railway that used to run through the forest. I did do a walk there again a couple of years ago when I started this channel, just along the old railway, and there's actually some ruins left of the old platforms as well. And I think it was used to run a lot of materials and people to sort of up and down, but I don't really know much about trains, to be honest with you. I just know it's just quite a cool walk, and it's quite interesting. So quite a few different skill level mountain bike tracks around here as well, and they're purpose built, and they've got a few of them dotted around. So as you're going around on your bike, you can go off those, and there's little tracks through the forest with different kind of difficulties depending on sort of your skill level. And if I do go past one, I'll see if I can just poke my head in. We can have a little look at those as well. It's quite a cool place, and there's a lot going on here. So, you know, for sort of in the summer, bringing picnics and stuff like that, there's plenty of places to sit. You've got a cafe here, there's toilet facilities and everything like that as well. And again, for £3 for an hour, I think it was £7 for the whole day. I'll double check that, but I think it was £7 the whole day. It's a nice, tidy little place to visit. So actually, just through there is one of the trails as well. Let's just see if we can have a quick look. It used to be marked off, but let me just turn the camera around a little bit. So yeah, you can actually go straight through a track through the forest. Here we go, straight through there on your bikes as well. A lot of these are marked out, but some of these have actually just been put into place just as people have been using them. Take this opportunity to thank all the new people that have subscribed to the channel. It's actually really weird because most of the views I'm getting at the minute are from brand new people who aren't subscribing. So I'd really appreciate it because if you're checking this video out, maybe think about subscribing. It's free of charge, but it really helps me out. So the other little tip I've got is Apple AirTags, or anything kind of similar to that. I've got an Apple iPhone, so we use one of the AirTags actually on our cat. So we can track him and stuff like that. But the same principle works for your Tentbox. So after you've paid the initial outlay for the tag, you can just obviously stick it to any device or any item of yours, and it makes it trackable. So I had a look on the Apple website as well. They haven't actually got a specific range, but they just said if it's near another Apple device, it will be able to ping your location. Within something like, I think they said 800 meters or 30 foot, something like that, it will actually just work via Bluetooth, and it'll give you a rough location. It might just aid in the recovery of a potentially stolen Tentbox. So as the weather starts changing and people start getting back outdoors, people start doing a lot more camping, a lot more traveling as well. So these are just a few little tips that I just wanted to share with you guys to stop these scumbags taking our stuff. So it's actually really busy here today at Finshade as well. The amount of people, well, this isn't the first location I was going to go to shoot this video. I was going to go to Burley House, and that's recently had a bit of a change around there. So the car park was absolutely rammed. We came up here and it was quite a similar situation really, but once we're out on the trails around here, we've seen a few people on bikes, a few walkers, but the bit we've chosen is a little bit more of an incline. So I think people are a little bit less inclined to come this way, especially if they've got kids and that. Just end up carrying them around half the time. I mean, you've asked me to carry you around a little bit, haven't you? But she's a little bit too big for that. Oh, not in a, not in an overweight way, but I'm not that strong. Okay, I'm just digging myself a hole. I'm going to stop here. It would be difficult trying to carry you. I mean, on the shoulder, I've got a bad back and everything. It's just, I'm not as young as I used to be. That's one of the tracks that the bikes can go through. As you can see, they kind of just go through here. You can see someone's been through recently on their bikes, but takes you all through the forest, right up round. So you usually use big loops then you can come back out and get back onto the main path. Go. A little bit of information just here. And like I said, there's a few of those skill loops just dotted around the forest. We can take your bike and have a little bit of fun. You can just see all those trees in the distance there, and it's just so dark the further you go in. And I was just saying to Mrs. Outdoors, you know, if you want to just come up here and disappear off into the woods, I mean, it's perfect if you're trying to do some wild camping, but obviously that's not allowed up here. I'm not trying to encourage that, but I'm just saying, you know, God, it just goes right in and it's just pitch black. Oh, you definitely wouldn't be walking through there at night, would you? Well, maybe some people. I mean, to be fair, I'd do it, but I'd probably be a bit freaked out, to be honest. It's really nice just seeing the amount of people out today, just back out and getting for a walk. It's like everyone's starting to reactivate a little bit, and everyone's getting a little bit friendlier, and it just means spring's on the way, so here's to the better weather. As you're walking around, like I said, there's so many different trails you can take. There's plenty of signposts, so you can find your way back. As long as you keep walking forward, you'll be fine. I've just said, you know, you can see there's plenty of signposts, and I know you just got myself lost then, so I guess it wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't get lost outdoors somewhere. If you like kind of forest walks, but you want sort of, you know, a nice easy path to walk on, I can definitely recommend this place. It's accessible for pretty much any walking ability, sort of wheelchairs and stuff like that. I suppose as long as it's a bit of an off-road one, you could get up here quite easily. But it's just a nice place to come and chill out. Well, hopefully you're enjoying the content so far. And hopefully I'm not boring you with me waffling on. I know it bores Mrs. Outdoors, but she has to put up with me making these videos, so she doesn't really have a choice. It's just nice now. Just that sun just coming through the trees. It's a little bit warmer, a little bit nicer. It's just showing that spring's on the way now. Do you like a nice hooter? So just over the back there, it's actually the cafe, but I'm shooting this on a Sunday, so I think that's closed now. And then just over that side, over there, you've actually got the pitches for the caravans. So yeah, something I've got to check out is whether I can actually Tentbox there or not. So guys, I really hope you've enjoyed our little walk around Finshade Woods today, and please remember, like and subscribe if you can. And until next time, if you're not outside, get outside.